Yesterday, I took a microdose before going to bed, and this morning I woke up to one of the strongest earthquakes that has happened here in Colombia for the past many years. And this has been crazy 24 hours, but what's craziest is that it has taught me a lesson of self-conviction, and it has given me an upgrade in my identity, in who I know to be. That is my greatest study of all. Every day, everything that's happening around me is just a key to unlock a deeper, rawest, more authentic version of myself. So last night, I decided, sometimes I'm doing a microdose with psilocybin, with mushrooms, when I want to create even more neuroplasticity in my brain. I connect with a specific area of my brain that's called the default mode network, and that's where identity is saved. So everything, this that I'm wearing, the place where I am, the ways that I speak, every decision that you make today, what you have for breakfast, it's a justification of an idea that you have about yourself. And that is stored in that place in your brain. So when we work with psilocybin microdose, we are turning in the capacity of neuroplasticity. You can modify that idea that you have about yourself, and you create new neuronal connections and new neuronal pathways. When you take a microdose, you don't even feel it so much, and it just shifts your availability for new connections to be made. So I took one before going to bed, because sometimes I'm waking up and I'm meditating at 3 a.m. and it's been a while since I didn't take one, and I saw it and I was like, okay, I feel connected with this. Well, it wasn't a microdose. The first thing I felt when I went to bed, my question was, what is still there for me to embody and embrace even more of my potential? And it was so raw to me, saying, the first thing, I sat down in meditation pose because I couldn't sleep, and the first thing that came to me is, there's nothing for you to become. There's no one out there. There's no more information that you need to embrace. Your potential is not something that you have to achieve. The only way for you to truly embody your potential is to fully let yourself be what you already know. How can you fully express what you already know? You don't have anything outside of you. Those things that you already know viscerally, that you know are in alignment with you and you are still negotiating, are the gaps that are keeping you trapped in a place that is lower than your identity. And I started to see how every time that I negotiate something, that I don't say something that I think, that I kind of like shrink myself a little bit to fit into a situation or to make someone feel bad. Every time that I overthink something, every time that I negotiate with myself, the time to make a video, the time to speak my truth, to share an idea, to launch an offer, to talk with a person that I care about, I am diluting my value, and I can see directly how, when I'm not fully myself, I give less value, and less value is mirrored back to me. So when I started to see that, I realized how much I love myself, and that I am literally almost like in a romantic relationship with myself right now. And how, because I want to play it cool or I want to sound relaxed, sometimes I don't honor what I'm truly feeling inside. And that my only job today and every day, and this is your only job as well, is to honor your knowing. You always know what is the next step, where's the person that you need to speak to, what's the program that you need to join, what is the city where you want to travel, where do you want to move, what are the things that you don't want to keep entertaining in your life anymore. And when I negotiate those things, it almost made me sad to think, and it's in very little ways, because I am living so much in my potential and I'm so proud of the woman that I am. But even in those little things, I'm like, in which moment do I negotiate the greatest of my gifts, the greatest of my abilities, if I know all that I have to share with the world? And the more that I share, my greatest gift is just to be myself. So when I was seeing that, I came down to the balcony, And something very important for me before I moved into this place is that I was looking for my own nest. And when I moved here, I saw that there's a nest with 2 eggs in the balcony. And I've been talking with the bird that is there, and I'm like checking on them every day. And you might think that this is crazy, but last night I was observing the bird, and I'm like, that is so beautiful how she can be such a great mother. And I really want to be a mother, and I saw all the qualities, the patience to be a mother, and I was wondering if I already have that, because I'm enjoying my life so much, and I'm also seeing the big responsibility that it will be to have a kid. That idea has shifted a lot for me, because I don't want to have kids to the world, bring kids to the world because I want to be a mother. I want my kids to choose me, and it's up to them when they want to come through me, when I find a person that will be ideal for them to come and live in a loving family as well. But when I was seeing that, I'm like thinking, will I be a good mother? And then it's almost like the bird sent me this message of, it's not about being a mother, it's about the eggs, having the balls to show up and stand up for you with courage. It's having you don't have to be rude. You can express your boundaries with such an elegance, because you're not negotiating them, you're just communicating them. So it showed me how courage can be so subtle and so embodied, almost like, I speak often about the concept of the axe and the tree, and how I work so much in my axe to have it very sharp, and that is my frequency and my energy, so that when I go to the tree, when I take only one action, it gets me so far. I'm not a person anymore that's overdoing and doing a ton of things every day. I just know that when I'm in alignment with my energy, the one thing I do gets me so far. And it's been so easy for me to have the financial results, to have a business that I love, to connect with people that surprises me so much, to have opportunities, trips come to me. And I know it's just when I'm rested and I take just one aligned action a day, it's incredible. So in observing myself on that, I realized that also because my axe is so sharp, my boundaries are very sharp as well. I know how to live in a fluidity, and I know that a flexible structure allows me to flow even better. When I have a very rigid structure, I break. When I have a flexible structure, it can hold me so much more. So I could see that even now, this is something that I've never shared here before, I'm going to Burning Man this year. It's going to be my first year, and I am so crazy scared and also so excited. And I realized that in order for me to have an amazing time, I need to feel safe. Because when I feel safe, I feel comfortable, and when I can feel comfortable, I can have fun. So that is a way in which I'm seeing in life, I am surrendering to the experience, and I am letting myself go and enjoy, and at the same time, I give myself what I need to flow in the way I can. I give myself that's a balance between the masculine structure and the feminine flow that we can find within. And it's so much more relaxed. When I had my last breakup, I was very afraid that I was going to become hyper serious, because now I need to provide for myself and take care of myself, and I'm going to be this super like macho woman to do all of those things. But in reality, I've never been more feminine, more delicious, more fun, and I'm providing for myself better than ever. I feel so confident. I feel that I have created truly a lifestyle that holds me in my own way, because I found a structure, a routine that lets me do that. Most of people are either in the extreme where they are burnt out, exhausted, over rigid, working a ton, and they don't have a second to breathe. They feel guilty if they're going to nap, or they're in the other side of, I'm just waiting for life to happen to me, and one day this is the thing that's going to happen, and I know one day it's going to come. The right way, I guess the way that has worked for me the most, and the way that we work with in the mentorship is that every day you show up as your greatest self. You do what excites you the most to the best of your ability without attachment to the outcome. And if you every day, hear me on this, if you every day focus on mastering the gift of making life your art, I don't care the idea that you have where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I assure you, you're going to go so far, you cannot even imagine what's going to happen in the other side. So I had those realizations, and I went to bed with a different level of more like seniority and maturity on myself. A level of respect that it's not only being transparent, because I'm very transparent with the person that I am. I'm transparent with my feelings, with my emotions. I sit every day in meditation to observe my mind and my heart and my actions, that everything is in alignment. And I feel free because I am so transparent. But even a deeper level of transparency, it's always doing, communicating that what wants to be expressed through me, and nothing less than that. And no negotiating the calling that I feel certainty of. I work every day on creating this very clear alignment, and it's almost like I'm honored with ideas, I'm honored with guidance, that for me it is non-negotiable anymore than following that guidance. When I found my mentors, I do what they share with me, and that has put me in such a different place in life. I honor my students because I love to see the way that they are living such a radically different life. We are doing things from a place of joy, from a place of pleasure, from a place of authenticity and the fullness of who we are. And that's how we embrace everything in life. But this morning, I was preparing breakfast there, and it started to shake so much. You can see there are still things down here in the floor, and all of these, I started to see all of those buildings, all of that shaking. And when the thing fell, I heard the neighbors screaming and going down, and I got scared because not that long ago there was this big tragedy in Venezuela. I'm living very close to my parents, so I started to come down the stairs. I left everything and I went outside of their building, and they also came down. And you know what is crazy? That yesterday I made a post on Instagram that said, "Happy one day closer to death day. Make it count." And today when this happened, I sat down to reflect on that quote, and that no matter the day that you die, today you are one day closer to death. And that again made me honor so much my life and the woman that I am, not to postpone any decision that I know it's not negotiable for me. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly the message that you want to share. You know exactly what's the next action step for you. Why would you ever even doubt on giving yourself that chance if today you are one day closer to that? And how lucky and blessed you are that you chose to be this human being. So sitting with that thought and journaling a lot on every day, I journal with AI, and I was journaling about my relationship with death. And in that journal, I discovered that I'm so proud, and it makes me so emotional. I'm so proud that, of course, I get scared because I'm human. But beneath that, being truly honest with you, if I would die today, I would die so happy, so happy. There's nothing that I've been postponing that I will want to do before I die. I'm living in such a high alignment. I'm giving the fullest of myself to every day, and I'm taking the fullest of every day with me. And just realizing, and I also ask my students in the mentorship to journal with AI. This is such a powerful practice for you to start speaking your thoughts about death, your emotions about death, your beliefs about death, and see where are you not at peace with death, because that is the exact place where you are limiting yourself to live to the fullest, those things that you will regret, those things that you're afraid, the things that don't let you fully accept death as a reality of your life, are the places where you're playing below your potential. So seeing that is just an invitation to make this shift that I had for so many years, when I was drained, exhausted, and pursuing an idea of how my life had to be. This idea of life, this is where I'm going to be in 1 year, 10 years, 5 years. Now my only responsibility is to live the greatest, most delicious day that I can live today. To support, I can do that because I'm supported with a routine that takes care of my biochemistry, my physical body, that takes care of my electromagnetic field, my magnetism, that takes care of my emotional self, my energy and spiritual body. And that holds me to have an extraordinary life. If there's something that you can start applying today, I would say study yourself and master your gifts. That what makes you unique, and become journaling. It's the best tool that you can find to become fully transparent and honest with yourself. If there are 3 ways to make it count, I would say do something today that you will do if you knew you will die tomorrow. Stop negotiating your worth. Stop negotiating and asking for permission to be the person that you want to be, and make one decision that really scares you. But you know, you just have to close your eyes and ask, what is the one decision that will push me forward towards the most allowance to myself, of myself. Remember that potential is not something that you have to reach. It's not a person that you're becoming. It's the person you are allowing yourself to be. Your potential is already here. Your potential is your essence. To the measure that you are letting yourself express that, you're living in your potential. More than happy to tell you more about the mentorship. What we do in the mentorship is that we create a lifestyle where every day we're showing up in this level. It's a process where we have a lot of fun. It's a group of incredible humans realizing that they can have better results while resting more, enjoying life more, getting to know themselves more, and sharing that with the world. So you can find me as at elizabethramirez.co, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you and just that you share with me your thoughts on this.